Okay, hello again. Today is Tuesday. I think that I inhaled some sawdust yesterday because I'm feeling I don't feel sick, but I sound sick and I have some mucusy stuff a little bit. And if my voice is kind of weird, that's why. But regardless, today I was thinking about, so at my job at this place I work at, Blue Ridge, there was this guy who works there. He's a coworker of mine, so we work together. His wife came in today, and I don't know if she like dropped something off to him, or I don't even know what happened. All I know is I saw her come in. They maybe said like 2 words, and then she left. And what I was just thinking about was, when I look around in the world, I see people that are married everywhere, right? They're all over the place. It seems like most people are married. Like a vast majority of people are married. It seems like to me. And what I was thinking about was, they're married. You know, that coworker and his wife are married. They're legally married. You know, they have rings and stuff. But it didn't really seem like they even cared about each other, or hardly even knew each other. I was just thinking about how I think a lot of people get married and don't even really know that person very well, or don't care to invest time to really dive deep with that person, you know? I know Eddie Vedder has that song where he says, after lives we say goodnight, to wives we'll never know. To wives we'll never know. I think that people get married without really investing in that person. They just, maybe there's like a societal pressure, not really sure why, but maybe they just find someone that they vibe well with, and that's kind of the end of it. They just marry that person, and there you go, now you're married. But I was thinking about how, so what did I write down? I said meaningless marriages. And so I think people just kind of get married just to get married, without really getting after it. Not like sexually, I'm just saying, like, people have meaningless marriages, I think, because it seemed to me when that wife came over that there wasn't really much there. I didn't feel any passion between them. I didn't feel like they even loved each other. They probably tell each other they do, and I don't want to like dog on their relationship and start to pick it apart, because I seriously saw her for like 7 seconds. I met her, you know, that's all that happened. But I don't know, I was just thinking about how everyone's married, and like there's no way that they all are really meaningful marriages. I don't know, maybe they are. I was just thinking about that. Maybe that's kind of is sadistic the right word? A sadistic viewpoint there, but I don't know. Okay, so anyway, next thing. What do I have? Oh, so okay, I have adapting to shitty jobs. So what made me think of this was when I first started working at Blue Ridge, the very first day, it was super hot. They were doing a demonstration that was super loud. What is this guy doing? What in the world? Wow. He is fully tweaking out right now. That guy is on some serious drugs. Good Lord. I thought he was dancing, but he's tweaking hard. Anyway, sorry. So, I might be late to yoga. Adapting to shitty jobs. So my first day when I started working there, it was super hot, and they were doing a demonstration on how to, you know, do this sanding thing. And when I first heard how loud that noise was, that I needed eye protection and ear protection, that I was sweating, there was all these factors that scared me. I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Like, why did I choose this job? Why did I even apply here? I was like really, really questioning, what choice did I make? Like, what did I do to myself here? Why did I do this? So that was my very first thought that day. But as time has gone on, I've kind of just gotten used to a lot of those things, and a lot of the things that I thought and still think are kind of shitty and not that much fun for me, like sanding. I just found myself kind of getting used to it. I don't enjoy it. I don't like doing the sanding really. There are parts of the job that I actually do like. I don't want to do it that much, but there are pieces of it that I enjoy. But I thought it was interesting how you adapt to a situation that isn't fun and that you are scared of and that you don't want to be a part of. You kind of just get used to it. I think that you can kind of fall in this trap of just being there long enough to where now you are comfortable there. Even if initially you were terrified, kind of like I was, it was exactly what I feared when I first started working there. It was hot and loud. Those were the two things that I kind of didn't want. I didn't want a physical job. I didn't want to be hot and sweaty out. Not that I'm outside, but it feels like I'm outside. It's, so I was, those were the two things that I feared. That job was what I feared when I was thinking about that, my hesitation in that job. But now I'm kind of just getting used to it, and I'm getting better at a lot of different things, which is helpful. But that was an interesting thing for me because I'm adapting to something that I probably shouldn't be adapting to, and I understand that, and I'm gonna keep my eyes up and look around and keep focused on where I want to go in life. But I was just kind of noticing that earlier today because I think that's pretty dangerous. I think that a lot of people get stuck with that, where they just get used to whatever job they are in, and now they're 65 years old. Okay, so that's that. And then last bullet point for today, I have stop assuming the worst, be confident. And so I got an email today about some paperwork I had submitted for a different company that I got the job actually. So I got an email today saying that your paperwork went through. We're glad to have you on board. Not like I knew I had the job already, but they were just saying you're good to go. We don't need much from you. We're gonna start training soon. They were just telling me all that stuff. But as I was reading, I immediately was starting to think so they already offered me the job, but I was kind of just starting to think about, well, what could they be emailing me about, and why now? And I was just starting to question things, and I was assuming the worst. I was doubting. I was just doubting things. So I guess what I was doubting was that I hadn't filled out the paperwork correctly, and that they were going to have to, resend some paperwork, and I would have to refill something out, that I didn't do something right. I was just doubting that I did the paperwork correctly. And so I think that's an interesting point, just kind of regarding, well, why doubt yourself? I mean, you did the best you could, which I did. I looked through the paperwork thoroughly. I signed and did everything that I thought that I needed to, but I still had this hesitation and doubt and questioning of me doing that correctly. And I immediately thought, when they reached out to me, oh, I screwed up, or oh, I've done something wrong. And I kind of caught myself, and I was like, why are you thinking that way? Why are you assuming that you're in the wrong here? Why not be confident in your decision and your action, and think that way more frequently? Why immediately turn to doubt and fear and hesitation, and why do that? I think that's maybe just part of my human DNA, my code, or maybe just people. But I want to train my brain more to be confident in what I did and what I decided to do and the actions that I took. And I want to be confident in those decisions. And even if they're wrong, I still want to at least approach them confidently and say, you know what, at the time, this was what I had. That's just that was the best that I could give, was that. Now, if you're kind of just screwing off and doing dumb things, then maybe, it could change the way you look at things, because then maybe you should be questioning them, right? So if you're doing things that aren't particularly beneficial, or you're not really trying very hard, then maybe you should have some doubt, because you're not trying hard. Does that kind of make sense? So anyway, my voice is a little bit frustrating. I don't, whenever I lose my voice, I kind of get annoyed with it. But I'm trying to be patient with it, because I know it's going to pass soon, because my immune system is freaking awesome. So anyway, I'm going to go do some yoga, and I'm almost certainly going to be late for yoga. But yeah, okay, never mind. See you tomorrow. Roger out.